Today is June the 20th. Today Jesus says follow no matter what. In the next paragraph, Jesus comes to Bethany. Let's read that. Luke 10:38. Now as they went on their way, they entered a certain village where a woman named Martha welcomed him. She had a sister named Mary who sat at Jesus' feet and listened to what he was saying. Martha was distracted by her many tasks. So she came to Jesus and asked, Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do all the work by myself? Tell her to help me. But the Lord answered her, Martha, Martha, you're worried and distracted by many things. Few things are needed. Indeed, only one. Mary has chosen the better part, which will not be taken away from her. Martha, Mary, and their brother Lazarus lived in Bethany. We find that out from the book of John. They're apparently early followers of Jesus. Jesus comes and stays in their home. Martha is very focused on her duties. She has house guests. She must do what's necessary to care for them. Mary is focused on Jesus and what he has to say. Martha comes to Jesus and says, don't you care? She should be helping me. Jesus says, no, Martha. Mary is doing what's necessary. She's listening and learning. You could learn a lesson yourself. You know, in the Old Testament, we find another woman who followed the Lord no matter what. Her name was Hannah. Let's read about her in 1 Samuel chapter 1.
There was a certain man in Ramathaim, a Zophite, from the hill country of Ephraim, whose name was Elkanah, son of Jeroham, son of Elihu, son of Tohu, son of Zuph, an Ephraimite. He had 2 wives. The name of one was Hannah, and the name of the other Peninnah. Peninnah had children, but Hannah had no children. Now this man used to go up year by year from his town to worship and to sacrifice to the Lord of hosts at Shiloh, where the 2 sons of Eli, Hophni, and Phinehas were priests of the Lord. On the day when Elkanah sacrificed, he would give portions to his wife Peninnah and to all her sons and daughters. But to Hannah he gave a double portion, because he loved her, though the Lord had closed her womb. Her rival used to provoke her severely, to irritate her, because the Lord had closed her womb. So it went year by year. As often as she went up to the house of the Lord, she used to provoke her. Therefore Hannah wept and would not eat. Her husband Elkanah said to her, Hannah, why do you weep? Why do you not eat? Why is your heart sad? Am I not more to you than 10 sons? After they had eaten and drunk at Shiloh, Hannah rose and presented herself before the Lord. Now Eli the priest was sitting on a seat beside the doorstep of the temple of the Lord. She was desperately distressed and prayed to the Lord and wept bitterly. She made this vow, O Lord of hosts, if only you would look on the misery of your servant and remember me and not forget your servant, but will give your servant a male child. Then I will set him before you as a Nazirite until the day of his death. He shall drink neither wine nor intoxicants, and no razor shall touch his head. As she continued praying before the Lord, Eli observed her mouth. Hannah was praying silently, only her lips moved, but her voice was not heard. Therefore Eli thought she was drunk. So Eli said to her, How long will you make a drunken spectacle of yourself? Put away your wine. But Hannah answered, No, my lord, I am a woman deeply troubled. I have drunk neither wine nor strong drink, but I have been pouring out my soul before the Lord. Do not regard your servant as a worthless woman, for I have been speaking out of my great anxiety and vexation all this time. Then Eli answered, Go in peace. The God of Israel grant the petition you have made to him. And she said to him, Let your servant find favor in your sight. Then the woman went her way and ate and drank with her husband, and her countenance was sad no longer. They rose early in the morning and worshipped before the Lord. Then they went back to the house of Ramah. Elkanah knew his wife Hannah, and the Lord remembered her. In due time Hannah conceived and bore a son. She named him Samuel. I have asked him of the Lord. The man Elkanah and all his household went up to offer to the Lord the yearly sacrifice and to pay his vow. But Hannah did not go up, for she said to her husband, "As soon as the child is weaned, I will bring him, that he may appear in the presence of the Lord and remain there forever. I will offer him as a Nazirite for all time." Her husband Elkanah said to her, "Do what seems best to you. Wait until you have weaned him, only may the Lord establish your word." So the woman remained and nursed her son until she weaned him. When she had weaned him, she took him up with her, along with a 3-year-old bull, an ephah of flour, and a skin of wine. She brought him to the house of the Lord at Shiloh, and the child was young. Then they slaughtered the bull and brought the child to Eli, and she said, "O my Lord, as you live, my Lord, I am the woman who was standing here in your presence praying to the Lord. For this child I prayed, and the Lord has granted me the petition I made to him. Therefore I have lent him to the Lord. As long as he lives, he is given to the Lord." And they worshipped the Lord there.
Hannah followed the Lord. She had no children. That was an embarrassment to her. She wanted to provide her husband with progeny. So she prayed in the temple. Women were not allowed to speak out loud, so she didn't speak. She just stood in a corner, prayed. Her lips moved, no sounds came out. Eli thought she was drunk. She said, "I'm not drunk. I'm praying. I'm deeply moved." The Lord answered her prayer, gave her a child. And what did Hannah do? She dedicated that child to the Lord. She kept the boy until he was weaned, which would have been around 5 or 6 years old, and then took him to Eli and allowed him to be raised by Eli in the temple. That boy was Samuel, foundational figure in the formation of the nation of Israel. So what do we do about this today? Follow no matter what. Even when others don't think you're following, question what you're doing, whether you're sitting at the feet listening or whether you're standing in a corner, lips moving and no sound coming out. Follow. Scripture reading from the New Revised Standard Version by Emily Herrera. If you like what you heard today, share it with your friends.